My name's Jo Matthews. I work at Shakespeare's Globe on Bankside. The proper name of the organisation is the Shakespeare Globe Trust. And I've been working there for just over 9 years, coming up to 10 years next summer. I started as Friends Manager, and I'm now Friends and Patrons Manager, meaning the higher level givers as well as the Friends. The mission of the Shakespeare Globe Trust is to educate through Shakespeare in performance. When I came to the job, Progress had been used for about 18 months, so the staff were still very much getting used to it. Before then, it was just a whole series of spreadsheets and a lot of ledgers, actually a whole lot of handwritten ledgers, and money tins, cash tins. That's what it was, and it was run by volunteers, and it's gradually become more professional over the years. Soon after I was introduced to Progress, and I was just getting to grips with it myself, I went to a user group conference, and I was completely taken aback and a bit stunned because most of it was completely out of my depth. And I immediately realised that it was a really powerful database and that all we were doing was very, very simple tasks with names, addresses, and taking money from those people. And that was it, and that was all we did. But we had a huge number of contacts. We had 8,000 or 9,000 live contacts and another 10,000 or 14,000 who were lapsed or archived. And I immediately started thinking about all the ways we should be using all those records and all the information we should be taking. And I have to say, rather slower than I hoped, we have become a lot more efficient in the way we use that data, in the taking of it and the using of it, and more imaginative use of it. The organisation has approximately 200 employees and has 3 main departments: theatre, education and exhibition, and then supporting departments like us, fundraising, council, the other ones you'd expect. And Progress is only in development currently, but it is being rolled out with front of house. But I identified quite a few years ago that it would be ideal for the education department, which is actually the biggest single department, because our education work is our bigger work. It's bigger than what people perceive it to be, which is the theatre. The theatre is very high profile, education slightly less so. That's yet to happen, and it's also yet to happen with the Chief Executive's Office administration, which I think would benefit from it enormously. But one of the things we've done along the way is integrate all our American friends onto Progress. So we administer all our American friends from London now. That's been a really good exercise, and the Americans, who are quite exacting in terms of customer service, are very pleased that we're dealing with them in a very efficient way, because that's what they expect. And next is front of house, which is just in its infancy, and then it'll be education after that. In terms of cost savings with Progress, they're very difficult to quantify, but I just know that they're out there. The main point for us is the reliability of Progress. It's very, very stable. It doesn't crash. That's fantastic. The fact that 8 or 9 of us can use it at the same time, that's really important. We tend to, when we have complicated situations with donors, we all look at once at the same record and then discuss it, and then decide what we're going to do, and that kind of thing. All our mailings, all our email bulletins, we use external mail house as well as doing them internally ourselves, and all that is so easy with Query, report writer and so on. All the reporting that I do in-house, the Chief Operating Officer will ring me up and say, so how many friends at this level do we have at this moment, and I can just give an instant answer and that kind of thing. It's basically smooth, easy to learn, and 100% reliable. That's the really key bit, I think. It does what it says on the tin. Over the years, we've come to all the user groups, we've done some training, we've been to Third Wednesdays, and we've tried hard to upgrade when new versions became available straight away, because it always seemed to me that it was there, so you might as well get on with it rather than sort of stringing it out over a long period of time. I think it's a great mantra, Customers for Life, and I think it's entirely suitable not just for ASI as an organisation but for us as customers, because that's what we're all doing in fundraising. We are all taking our contacts and treating them as individuals who may support the organisations in many different ways. They may wear many different hats. They may donate, they may be members, they may come to events, they may join other groups, we may need to give them acknowledgements for gifts in kind they may give legacies. There's a huge amount of support they can give. And so it's terribly important for us to cultivate a relationship with them based on the really accurate data we have of their contact with us. So I think ASI's customers and ASI itself, that's the obvious and sensible mantra to have, Customers for Life. We're all in agreement with ourselves there, I think.